hole. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a powerful form of storytelling that's been around for thousands of years, delivering profound messages in surprisingly simple packages. The parable. What exactly is a parable? Well, it's a short, concise story that illustrates one or more important lessons or principles. Think of it as a small story with a huge job to do. To really get how they work, we need to look at the mechanics behind them, the way they rebuilt to stick in your brain long after you've heard them. So, let's break down the anatomy of a parable. First, every great parable has what I call a double-layer structure. Imagine it like a sandwich. The top layer is the literal level, the actual events of the story, what's happening on the surface. But underneath that is the metaphorical level, which is the deeper moral or spiritual truth that the story is really about. Second, you need to look for the pivot, or the twist. Most parables have a moment where your expectations are completely flipped upside down. This surprising moment forces you to see a familiar situation in a radical new light. It's the part that makes you go, whoa, finally. Notice the open-endedness. Unlike a fable, which usually wraps up with a neat little bow and says, "The moral of the story is ... A parable often leaves the final judgment up to you. It asks a question rather than just handing you an answer, inviting you to think for yourself. To see this in action, let's look at a couple of examples. The first is a modern classic called This is Water by David Foster Wallace. The story goes, two young fish are swimming along and they meet an older fish who says, "Morning, boys. How's the water?" The two young fish swim on for a bit, and then one of them looks at the other and asks, "Water's water." The mechanics here are brilliant. It uses a literal scenario, fish and water, to illustrate a massive metaphorical truth. That the most obvious and important realities in our lives are often the hardest to see and talk about. Our second example is a Zen parable called The Empty Boat. A man is rowing on a misty lake when another boat collides with his. He immediately starts screaming at the idiot who hit him. But then, the mist clears, and he sees the other boat is completely empty. In that instant, all his anger vanishes. The pivot happens when he realizes he was shouting at nothing. This story teaches us that our anger and reactions are often about our own internal state, not about the external person or event we think is causing them. It's a powerful lesson in a simple story. So next time you hear a short story that seems to have a hidden meaning, see if you can spot these elements. What's the literal story? What's the deeper meaning? Where's the twist? And what question is it asking you? Thanks so much for watching. If you found this interesting, hit that like button and subscribe for more content. See you in the next video.